this what the JBP missing. Like now, that, you know what? That's the problem right now, bro. They don't have no real conversations. Other than Ish out here, or was that Ice that was caping for Kevin Samuels extra hard?
Yeah, he was.
He wasn't letting this man finish his own sentences.
Nah. No, it was Ish.
It was Ish?
That was Ish, yeah. But no, I think there's always been subgenres of rap music. Like we talked about that before. Like it needs to have subgenres because it's always been there.
Yeah.
It always has been different subgenres of rap. But what's getting glorified now is like the drill. Is it drill music? Is that what it is?
The drill music that's what all the kids love right now. You know what I mean? And that's all that really matttters. Whatever the kids are listening to, bro, that's what's hot.
But I think that is, you made a great point a long time ago when you said, yo, the story is more entertaining. Is the entertaining part of it is having a struggle. Whereas like when we listen to music, we listen to rappers actually come up in the struggle. They explained all that. But then once they got there, I think Drake is probably the last one that came from that cloth of like, he talked about his struggle, but now that he's made it, he don't talk about that no more.
Right.
Whereas now, like a lot of kids talk about, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna do this. Like that story in was it Chicago where the 7-year-old kid got killed?
Yes.
Okay. That whole thing blew me away. You just told me I was today years old when I figured out the full story of it all. Yeah. But like all that, just being as disrespectful as you possibly can, and then when it comes back to you, like there's no respawn points in this thing called life, bro.
They don't either they don't get that or they just don't care, and it's seeping over because it's like now it seems like Jacksonville about to be next, and it's like, man, it's tough. Like, you know who I really like to see what they're doing, man? I like seeing what Detroit is doing, man. Detroit, Flint, their music scene or whatever. It seemed like, man, they're getting it right. Like I listened to a person like Y&J, and it's like, yo, Y&J don't sound lame, but he's just like, he's funny. Like that's where he's super energetic and he's funny on the track. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody doubt. He's from Flint. I ain't doubting he come from the hood or none of that kind of stuff. And I mean, he's still talking about what you're talking about, but at least he's like, okay, he's entertaining, man. He's playful. That's where he kind of made his niche. You listen to Sada Baby. Sada Baby he's got an air of playfulness, man. Was it BFB the Pac-Man? Man,
you've been on these cats for a while though.
Huh?
You've been on these cats for a while.
Listen, I like Detroit style. Yeah. But even beyond that, I like the fact that it's like, man, it don't really seem like they rappers is beefing. It don't seem like they're not really pushing that, man. Like a lot of them got a more playful style about them, and I'm sure that that's not true for all of what Detroit got going on. But it's like Big Sean, you're not just trying to push super negativity and super violence. Yeah. Where it's like, man, with Chicago rappers, it's like either you are gonna be this super violent, you know what I'm saying, superhuman or whatever, or you ain't gonna make it. Yeah. Because that's just what it is for there. And is it art imitating life or life imitating art?
I think it's a play on both of them because they really living this stuff out.
I'm saying, we look at Chicago for what, the past like 10 years at this point. It's like, man, it's constantly just been crazy. Yeah, all these kids dying and like, man, when I say kids dying, it's like, yeah, you be those teenagers, but it's like, man, these 22, 23-year-olds too, man. Y'all was just kids too.
Yeah, for sure. You haven't experienced anything really.
Right.
I mean, okay, let me say, you haven't experienced anything that life, the good parts of life. You know what I mean? Like getting old, raising kids, you know, being around your friends as they succeed and stuff like that. Like, I'm not saying they haven't been through anything because Lord knows they probably got stories and it comes out in the music sometimes. Yeah. But like, man, all this violence, like I was telling you the other day, all this death is bothering me. I didn't think it would affect me as much as when I start talking about it. It affects me. You know, all this death is really affecting me. And we'll get into some.
It should, man. It should. Like, you know what I think about? What's kind of the most glaring thing for me is I know you're watching Academics. Remember he was saying, man, we smoking on that Rory pack.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, do you know where that comes from?
That comes from Gucci, wasn't it?
No.
It came from
that's Chief Keef.
Chief Keef, right? Yeah.
So
I knew it was somebody from Chicago.
So another young man from Chicago, man. I think Tuka was maybe like 15, 16 years old. 15, 16 years old. Like let that sizzle in your spirit for a second. Yeah. And he gets killed, and then Chief Keef and his gang, since they didn't like him or whatever, that was their response. We smoking on that Tuka pack, and it's like, yo, people said that for the longest time, not knowing what it actually meant or whatever, not knowing what they were saying, and it's like, yo, man, they were saying this to disrespect a dead 15, 16-year-old kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, and that was just funny. And now that's just become like, now that's the slang or whatever. Anytime something happened, you know what I'm saying? You on X, Y, and Z pack or whatever. And it's like, yo, we gotta chill out, man. We gotta rein that back in.
I don't know, and I think it goes back. I think goes full circle into the attention part of it, because it's like people want to step in front of the camera and get attention for that. Remember, we were growing up, bro. The only attention people wanted was okay, passing around Young Bird's chain, and and I got money, the bling era, or whatever.
Yeah.
But it was like, man, death has always been in hip hop. Like even remember when Big L got killed? It was like all the memorials and stuff happened. We never found out that story. We never knew who really did it. We never knew who really shot Pac, even though we saw people knew the story behind the scenes. Like even who killed Tupac, who killed Biggie. We didn't know any of that. If that happened today, they would know exactly who did it. They would know where they lived at. Their Instagram profile would show everything, and they would get arrested. It's like this whole social media and the camera phone. I tell you, it either goes back to slavery and the camera phone. Those are the two biggest deterrents in Black history. Well, two of the biggest, not only two biggest, but the camera phone, the whole See Me Now era. Yeah. I got a little lady here the other day. He's posting my sneakers. I'm like, bro, first of all, those are my shoes. I get it. Okay, you want to stunt with Dad? You don't post my car. I'm like, fam, look, man, I'm not that. All right, like relax, okay? I'm from an era I don't want to be seen. I don't even want you to know what type of car I have until you.
He didn't want nobody else to know it was your stuff neither.
I know he
did.
You know
what I mean, he was like, "That's fine. Don't nobody know you got this."
I don't even want to know the attention to be on him.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And like you start doing stuff like that, you look like food, man. Or it's like, I got this. Look at me. Well, guess what? When you do that, there's somebody looking at that saying, "I don't like that you have that," and that's the other side of it that I don't think a lot of kids really understand. But all this death,
you know what though, man? We came up in that same thing. It just wasn't pictures. Like, I mean, you wore your starter jacket out, man.
No, you did. But you know what? The worst
you wore them J's to the mall or whatever with your friends.
You're absolutely right. But the worst thing that can happen at that point is you get punched in the eye and they take it. That's the worst thing that can happen. Nowadays, people just want to kill you.
Yeah, they don't won't even take it from you.
Yeah, they're like, I don't even like it. That's why I said, man, like we, behind the scenes, we're on the brink of doing something really big, and like when that happens, we're moving. We're going completely off the grid. You don't have a say so, Kev, and that's gonna be my.
Listen, I told you that, like, man, I just want to be out, man.
I know, but that's gonna be in not in the contract. That's gonna be your promise to me. Yeah, like, this is what's gonna happen. This is gonna be deposited here for you. But guess what? You gotta be off the grid because I gotta sleep at night knowing you're okay,
bro.
And everybody I love too, but it's crazy, man.
Yeah, and I guess that's where it really gets hard because it's like, man, even like to bring it back to what you're saying, like about Big and Pac and all that stuff. It's like, okay. Violence has been around hip hop, and I mean that was the first time that we ever really saw it. Yeah, you know what I mean, and it was on a big scale, so it's like, wow, okay. But it's like we didn't glorify it, we didn't laugh at it or whatever. It was something that everybody took serious. But it's like, man, these kids now they laugh. It's like, bro, you see Tekashi out here making a mockery of all these people's dead friends, and you know what I'm saying, their family members or whatever. And it's like posting up for the world to see on the internet, kind of as a nana boo boo. And it's like, yo. When did that become cool?
I don't know, and that's what I saw when we were talking before pod. We try to think about when it happened, but I don't know when that became like to laugh at someone's death. Like death was always like the taboo topic to talk about. It was like when somebody passed, you're like, dang, I might have not liked them, but I didn't want to see him die.
You know what though? This generation is so desensitized.
It is
that
over sexualized and desensitized.
Absolutely. Well, you think about it, it's like for them. They got to see the video footage now. It's like, man, before, like when we heard something happen, bro, you might see the picture of the scene afterwards.
Yeah.
But now it's like, man, they got live 4K video of, you know what I'm saying? A cop with his neck or with his knee on your back, man, choking you to death.
We saw XXXTentacion take his last breath.
Bro, I'm saying, it's like, man, every day you see an execution on the internet
every
now.
Day. You're right.
It's mainstream news, and it's like, yo, it's messing these kids up.
It's messing me up too.
Oh, bro, I've been stopped watching all that stuff.
I don't even click them no more. But just the fact that it's even out there,
bro. You see, like, man, when we talk, you know what I'm saying. You might send me something like, man, Dan, can you believe this happened? I move right past it because I'm like, I don't have the strength.
Well, I don't ever send you this video.
No, not the video, but I'm saying like these news articles and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, man, like sometimes I just. Like we talking about all the mass firings out here or whatever, and it's just like, and I always say to you, this is America.
Yeah,
and because
it's always your response.
Because it's like it's all you can say at this point because it's every other day.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's like I don't even have the energy to put into looking into what happened. Like I've seen this story so many times.
Yeah,
it's like we really living in the wild west.
We are, man. Like you said, everything's in video to where we can see the story. Like even when. I mean, the 15-year-old girl that got shot here in Columbus the other day. We're watching it, and it was like, and I'm conflicted on the whole thing. I didn't want to see it. I didn't watch the video until I had to because I started seeing a lot of people just saying the cop was wrong, and this was this and this, and I said, okay, let me just at least watch it. I don't know how to feel.
Yeah,
You know, I really
feel
don't.
you.
I feel like every adult that was there let that little girl down.
100%.
You know, the cop, yeah, he could have made a decision, but I don't want to get into that because that will kind of go into right or wrong, and I don't know. I don't know how to feel.
I think about it more so like as adults, like man, we kind of got to see that gradual change. Like think about the fact that we're the last generation to ever live without internet.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like I know what the world was like before there was an internet. When you actually had to go outside and your rep had to be, you know what I'm saying, what you made it on that block. You know what I'm saying? You had to do that in person, man. It wasn't about your followers and how many likes you get and no. Like, bro, you really had to be outside and that's how you establish a name for yourself. But like it's something completely different for these kids. Like first of all, these kids don't want to go outside. They want to make it look good for the gram and keep it pushing.
Right.
You know what I mean? But they like you ask these kids like, hey man, well, you want to go do this? You want to go do that, man? You want to like, man? Think about how much trouble we was getting into. I don't want to say trouble, but like think about how much fun we was getting.
Fun. You're right. Stories.
And I'm saying 18, 19, 20, like from 16 on up, bro. It's like, man, that's when your legend was built.
Bro, I'm thinking about it. We talked about it off pod one time. We both have a similar story sneaking into the strip club.
Yeah.
Or, going out with your friends and like, that was crazy that happened. Nothing really bad like cheating death, but like those stories were created because we went outside. Yeah, like, these kids are living their lives through the internet.
But online. It's like, okay, but sneak to the strip club for what?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? This in your hand, bro.
You're right. But like, it was the experience, and because we didn't have the internet, you're right. It's scary because I'm sending my 2 older boys into the world here in less than a year and a half. Malik will be out this year. Nadir will be out next year. Yeah. And it's like I'm sending them out there, and every day I wonder if I'm giving them the right tools. I'm thankful of their Uncle Kev and other men that come around that are like, yo, giving them nuggets, because like even when Nadir, like he'll ask me like, Dad, can I go here? Like, bro, quit asking me, man. Just go do it. You know what your curfew is. Just go, go and come back. But I can't really. I appreciate on one hand that he at least has a respect factor to ask me. Yeah. But then the other hand, I'm like, bro, we'll get into some trouble, man.
Hey, listen. Now this is side sizzlers. Okay. But tell the truth. Like deep down, you low key happy that they don't really want to drive, because they be driving your car.
Hell no.
But they at least be asking to drive your car.
They'll be asking all they want. No, what it'll do is apply the pressure of being a wife, getting them some beaters.
Right.
Man, they getting beaters. What you talking about? They getting some cars that the check engine light's going to stay on.
Sir, they got to learn somehow,
They do. They're going to learn on their beaters. They're going to learn on my
your car right there.
Listen, let me tell you right now. The Batmobile come back with a smidge of scrap. We get so upset. Okay, so in between our cars, like we keep the recycle bin in the garage, right? So the boys aren't allowed to take the recycle bin out because Sharita got a scratch on the old van. We heard about that scratch literally almost every day. 7 days in a week, we heard about it 5 days a week. Wow. So to the point where I'm like, you know what? When I went to go get my new car, I say, we'll get you a van. Because that's how much I got tired of hearing about them scratches.
Why you just buff it out?
I couldn't. That's too much work. I have PC hands, kid.
I'm saying, man, you could pay somebody to do it.
We did it once. We paid for it once, and it happened again. I don't think that the recycle bin did it. I still to this day do not. I don't think.
You think she might have hit something?
Yeah, or somebody just scraped up against her or something, or it just had a
the
paint
buggy
job.
Got her.
Yeah, or the paint job happened a long time ago, and over time it just kind of went away.
Okay.
But regardless of the fact, no, I don't. I want them to drive because I want them to get out and start doing some things.
Listen, kids have no interest in learning to drive, man. Like,
at all.
Nah, at all. They're good. They're cool.
Because you think about it too, though. When we were younger, we didn't have Uber.
Right.
We had left and right in a bike.
Fam, besides that, bro, the second I turned 15 and a half, I'm like, okay, yeah, let's go. Let's get it.
I got my license on my 16th birthday.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I took the driver's ed class in time to where when I got done, the very last day of driver's ed, I got my license.
But listen, I know
16.
I know so many young people that like, bro, like driving for them, they're like, nah, I'm cool. Like they're just putting it off. They don't want to go take the test, bro. It's like, for me, that was freedom. It's like, bro, I had to go get my L's. And all the older homies that had their L's already, like, man, they were the blessings.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? That gave you that freedom to be out and move around. Mm-hmm. But it's like, man, I feel like maybe it's a gift that these young kids don't really want their license, because it's like, I don't know how much I trust y'all to just be out moving around freely. Like, man,
yeah. And you see in these videos, like the young kid who got killed by the girl, the cop, by accident. She meant to tase me, or whatever she said. That definitely put a whole out. I'm like, I don't want these kids to drive, but it's like I can't hold them back. My mom gave me some great advice with that, because at first I was on you, like just to answer your question. I was like, that's it, they ain't driving. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, I'm cool. They don't need to drive. I'll take them everywhere, or they can get take the Uber or something. I'm cool. But then talking to my mom, she was just like, nah, you let them boys experience something. Yeah, I said, you're right. I can't hold their hand throughout it all, but. Yeah, I mean, I know my boys rely on me for a lot. They do. They both look at me for a lot of tutelage, and you too. You know, hit up Uncle Kevin, but we can't help them in everything, bro. You gotta
that's
get out
true.
here and do it, man.
It's not them that I worry about though. It's like, man, it's everything else out there. It's like
that in turn is them. I don't think that they'll do something stupid, but you're right. It's like when I tell them when they do go for driving from a block away, I always tell them like, yo.
And do y'all know the areas that you can and can't be in? You know what I'm saying? Do y'all know who doing what around where? It's like, yeah, you know what I mean? It's just, and it's all that kind of stuff. It's like, man.
Well, that's street smart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's having street knowledge. That's what we called it back in the day.
But they ain't going outside.
I know. So that does get me scared. You know what I mean? I'm getting fluttered down thinking about it. But they got experience though, man. But there's no respawn points in life, kids. And I hope that if anything y'all hear about two old men talk about, you ain't old, but two older dudes talk about just life, man. Just understand life is precious, man. I want to be an old man. I want to die in a bed long time from now. I ain't trying to get out here with some little young kid want to take my life because they upset about what I got or what they don't have. And I think that's kind of what it comes down to a lot of times. And I always take it back to slavery.
It don't even be upset, bro. It's like, man, you be more worried about them just trying to catch the high score.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the high score. You're right. Your word.
It's like, man, like what is going on out here?
Word. And it's only in our community though.
Is it? I don't like. Listen.
Bump to a great conversation then, because I do believe it's just our society, bro.
I look at social media, and I mean, for hip hop or whatever, for the hip hop community, I would agree. It's like, man, Chicago let in this. They opened the door for just like ultra violence, and the rest of it was letting in the door for hypersexuality. That's a whole nother topic. It's like, man, I feel like, man, we really let these young women down.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
I think that's across the board.
Yeah, that's across the board for sure.
I think when we start seeing the rambus-shaped booties and all that, that's when that was like, man, this is crazy. I mean, like now, you literally can look at anything online. Maybe I'm giving too much. Like, it's just, you can see everything online now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, yo, I remember this used to be, okay, this was the stable point. You can't see that. And it's like, dang, like that's the girl that people find beautiful, and now she's giving it up like that?
Man.
It just turned.
It be even beyond that, because it's like, you know, I'm all for like women's choice, and it's like if that's what they choose to do, if that's what makes them feel liberated or whatever, all right, cool. But at some point, it's like, yo, is this something that we're telling them is what they should be doing, or is this what they actually want to do? Like, is this societal pressures telling them that this is the norm and this is how you behave or whatever, or is this just truly who these people are and it's what they want to do? Because if that's the case, if it's just who they are and what they want to do, all right, cool. But it's like, man, we see so much out here about, you know what I'm saying, trafficking, you know what I mean, slavery and all this other stuff. And it's like, man, you hear these stories later on about all these people being forced to do all this stuff that they didn't want to do. And it's like, all right, so, I mean, at which side of the coin are we on? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's, oh, man.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, because you come later with this story of, of abuse and, you know what I'm saying, being forced to do this, that, and the third. And it's like, I believe you in that, but it's like, well, where do we catch it early if that's going to be the case? Like, how do we prevent that from happening?
Or change it? How do we flip it? How do we change it to where it's not? I ain't say cool, because I do think in a way it's cool. But the kids think it's cool.
Absolutely.
So how do we change that though? Do you think? Just time?
That's the tough part, because it's like, man, it seems like when they're going through it, it's all good. They don't want nobody to say nothing to them, and you know what I'm saying. This is their decision. This is their choice. This is how they choose to live their life. Everybody need to respect it. All of that. But then it's like, if you're lucky enough to come through it or whatever, you come through it with so much damage that, you know what I'm saying, now I don't want to say that you're looking for sympathy, but you are looking for compassion. You're looking for somebody to understand, somebody to listen.
That all goes back to attention.
But the thing is, it's like, but we told you this 10 years ago, and you spit in our faces.
Well, I mean, when you got all their friends are doing it, then it, like what we say don't matter.
Right.
It's kind of like the parent complex. It's like, I would tell our kids, like, we tell the kids, like, no, don't do this, don't do that. But it's like, yeah, but my friends are doing it.
Right.
So I gotta do it.
Yeah.
You know? But like, I think that, like, think about like when we were younger, we grew up in the bling era. We grew up in the one to stay fresh, one to be clean. We still are that way to this day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing for me to look at you like, bro, like last week I got on you like, I ain't never seen them Jordans before. Like, not so much on you, on somebody, period. I've never seen them before. I'm like, oh yeah. That was what was glory. Like, we come around each other like, okay, that clean. He got some, nice shoes. I know that about him, but that's something that carries us to this day. We clean cut. You always keep yourself clean. And it's like now, I don't know where it shifted to where like all the genres blended. Like I remember growing up, the Hoopers.
You got to be all of that.
You got to be all that. I remember the Hoopers, we would look at like, okay, the weed heads. Oh, those are weed heads. Leave them alone. Now the Hoopers are the weed heads. You know, like the drug
you got to be all the drug dealers, be the drug users.
Like, what, like,
you know what I'm saying?
Like, that has a lasting effect though, bro.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. And I just think about it, and I think about the fact that we've seen all these trends all throughout hip hop, and it's like, man, it kind of feels like, well, it just kind of feels like, man, this stuff might be more destructive to us than what we're letting on to. And it's like, as a grown man, I can separate the two. It's like we just talked about. I can listen to this or whatever and know that that's not real life. You know what I'm saying? Just interpret those words as, you know what I'm saying, just entertainment and keep it pushing. But it's like, man, the more I see these kids on Instagram they 15 years old, holding 100,000 guns, smoking, cursing, and having sex and all this, that, and the third, doing it all live for the world to see. Yeah. And they're feeling like they need to, that got them the attention that they were looking for. So now they feel like they got to do it more and more and more. They got to turn it up. They got to take it to the next level.
Man, we're seeing like full-fledged crimes.
Yeah.
All online. Like we see people get their lives taken. I saw a video the other day. It was I thought it was gonna be funny, but it wasn't. It was a dude who was on it live. He was talking and whatever. And the next thing you know, he got jawed. Somebody jawed him, robbed him, took all his chain. Like you see the whole process.
He went to snitching.
Then he went to snitching and told what happened. Him right there and pointed.
Yeah, his car broke down or
we
whatever. We
literally saw the entire crime.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the entire crime. So it's the camera phone, bro. The internet and the camera phone.
I'm just thankful he didn't get shot up 1,000 times.
Yeah, you're right. That's the only reason why I'm watching. I'm like, okay, it said he wasn't. It's like, I don't know how it was framed. Anyway, it made me click it. I'm like, what am I watching? Before I knew it, I'm like, man, I hope he don't get shot. But it was okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So sidebar 2, man. I want y'all to move. All right. And I thought about this when I was coming. And this is why I want y'all to move. So when I'm coming down 270, right? And I'm going around the turn. And like, you know the way it makes that turn. And like the cops be in them little pockets. So I gotta like slow down.
Which one? You talking about once you get towards Dublin?
Towards Dublin.
Yeah, they be in them little cubbies.
Mind you, when I used to work
on the bikes.
Yeah, on everything. When I used to work at Verizon, I knew they were being little trap spots, whatever. So I'm kind of slowly coming. And there wasn't none out this morning until I saw one where I was like off the exit. And I saw everybody like slowing down real quick. But I was like, man, I said that when I came. I meant to tell you that. Like, I'm gonna get probably pressure the toy, man. Y'all gotta move, man. Especially give me a pass right now. I'm a black man in a white car with red leather interior. Give me with the Chauvin thing happening. I should get one. Just let me off, man.
Nah, man, listen, they see you. That's a nice looking gentleman.
Yeah,
they
pull my black A over.
Nah. Like that's the thing. It's like, man, listen, they looking for these kids riding around with 100 tattoos on their face and a wife beater.
That's true.
In a car that don't look like it, but it's like, man, you know what I'm saying? Nice looking, clean cut black man
with glasses.
Ain't nobody gonna bother you.
Look at studious I look.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, all right,
You're right.
You know what I mean?
So I started to hit you up though when the Chauvin case happened, right?
Right.
I wanted to get the raw emotion. I thought about that. You know, it's these podcasts, like the raw emotion. I don't know if they would have been ready for our raw emotion at that time. So we've had some time to really think about the case and what happened. First of all, I'm gonna start with you. How did you feel when they said that he was guilty on all accounts?
It felt like we got justice.
Okay.
At least, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It felt like America was letting it be known that, hey, listen, you can't, like, it's going to be some law and order both ways. Mm-hmm. We not just going for everything no more. Like, you know what I mean? Like, nah, you can't do that blatantly in 4K.
Yeah.
And then, you know what I mean? We're going to take it easy on you. No, guilty on every single count, bro.
Yeah.
You know, you did that and you ain't had no business doing that. So I appreciated the accountability that we saw there. I mean, it's terrible that, you know what I mean, George Floyd, rest in peace, had to lose his life.
Yeah.
And I wish that the situation never happened. Honestly, I wish Derek Chauvin was still out here, had never did that and was out here running the beat, you know what I mean, pounding the pavement, chasing down crackheads or whatever it was they do. You know what I mean? I wish that he was still living a regular life and going home to his family because he wasn't out here being a POS.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Killing people because he didn't like the way that they talked to him or whatever the case was on his ego trip. Yeah, it's like, man, listen, go get a factory job if you can't handle it, brother.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I think that comes down to, like, policing.
It's a tough job, man.
It is a tough job, but you got to be of the people.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You can't be we can't keep sending these white dudes into areas that they're going to be nervous in.
I think that we need to start having more mental health checks more frequently on these police officers.
I agree with that as a mental health thing, but you ever looked at what it takes to be a cop? Like, well, before, not now. Now they just like, yo, you want to be a cop? Cool, take a gun and go. Well, like before, you had to go through a whole mental thing. You had to go through a whole mental thing.
Well, I mean, you know what my wife do. So yeah, like I'm very familiar with the process.
Okay,
at this
well
point.
now I think that's changing now, which is why I think they brought, you know what I'm saying, like doing that is because it wasn't right before.
Right.
You know.
But I guess my whole thing is it's just like first of all, we asked police to do way too much. It's like, man, when I think about like, they are not going to recommend this video to anybody. We've hit every YouTube no, but we gonna talk about it, man. We here for y'all today. Man, when we listen to like the defund the police movements or whatever, and I'm like, you know what? I don't think that that's necessarily a bad idea because it's like, yo, outside of defunding the police, man, we need to scale back what we're asking them to do because it's like, man, you're asking them to be superheroes out here, man. We want them to handle every kind of public dispute or whatever. We want them to be, you know what I mean, Superman out here. We also want them to be problem solvers. Come get your cat out the tree, or you know what I'm saying, somebody do wellness checks and all this other stuff. But we also want them to be, you know what I'm saying, beat cops where they're walking up and down the street, policing the community or whatever. It's like we just asking them to do way too much. It's like we need to more clearly define what the role of, you know, the police is going to be in these communities, and then maybe establish some other programs or organizations to handle some of the other stuff.
Yeah, I think it'd be easy for me to agree with that if it was black cops killing everybody too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of these police officers that are killing everybody is white males.
I think that there's just the majority of the police.
Well, okay. I mean, that's good. I mean, that's a good point.
I mean, I'm saying the one was a woman.
But okay,
couldn't tell the gun from the taser.
She
whatever.
couldn't tell the gun from the taser, and I'm not caping for her, but at least she said it was an accident. And immediately, I'm just saying, immediately when it happened, she showed remorse that she didn't mean to do what she did. You know what I'm saying? Even if it was a lie. I'm just saying, at least she had the presence of mind to at least say, like, dang, I didn't mean to do that. Because she cussed, like, oh, shoot, I didn't mean to do that. You know, she meant to pull her taser or whatever. That, in my opinion, shows that you shouldn't be a cop anyway. Because if you don't know the taser from your gun and you're pulling out the wrong thing, I mean, that's a decision that took somebody's life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't
they got to explain it like strong hand versus...
Yeah, they try to explain it all. Yeah. But, like, if that's the case, bro, just keep, you know what I mean? Like, you keep a baton on your side. You don't get no gun. But the common denominator with a lot of these shootings have been white males killing people of color. Like, even where a man will turn his back and run away. And that's why I tried to pose a question to the barbershop the other day. That's why I love the barbershop. I was in the shop, and there was a guy in there, and there's a military guy. I don't give his name out or anything like that, but he knows what I'm talking about. And he was from the military. He tried to put it in the frame of, okay, if someone comes up, you don't know the situation, you're trained to take out the threat at the time.
Right.
And we're talking about the girl with the knife. And because, like, in that moment, she looked like the aggressor.
Right.
He didn't know the backstory. He didn't know.
He had been there for all 20 seconds.
He had been there all 20 seconds. It seemed like the situation got worse when he came.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But, okay, so back to my original thing, though, is, you know, a lot of these are just white males killing people of color. Guy turns his back and runs away. We saw that video. Like, I've seen way too many videos. I'm losing track of some of them. But some of it is like, I wonder if it'd be different if I was a cop and I'm a black male and I see two teenage girls fighting and I see one with a knife. Okay, who's the aggressor? I would understand of knowing, okay, I got daughters. I understand black people that I ain't gonna say what's the damage she can do by stabbing her, but I'm like, okay, I would try to tase her, or try to tackle her, or try to do something. You know what I mean? Because we've seen videos. There's videos that have come out of a white male stabbing a police officer, and they fought his hand away and still wrestled him to the ground, let him run away, and then just tased him. Yeah. So, like, we already know how it would be if it was black people. You know?
Listen, man, that I don't know. That whole thing is tough. Like, I would never want to be a police officer, but
the Chauvin thing, because I mean too much to venture off, but we definitely we talking about the Chauvin thing. As far as him being guilty, like that was beyond the measure of anything. You know what I mean? That wasn't a quick response. That wasn't the like, oh, he was moving real quick. I thought he had a gun, whatever. You literally murdered that.
That was just a power trip.
That was a power trip.
But again, that's what I'm saying. I think we need to check their mental health, because it's just like, yo, clearly that man had just had enough that day. And I ain't making no excuses for him. It's like, but when I'm thinking about policing on a whole, it's like, yo, some of these guys that's probably been on the force for 15, 20 years, whatever, are probably not fit to do the job anymore, or at least not in that capacity where you still on the street dealing with the public, because at that point you probably just seen too much, you've been through too much.
So like checking back in.
Yeah, so exactly. To rein it back in, it's like, man, your ego, your power trip is just on another level. Yeah. So the second that like he clearly was just out there showing off. You know what I mean?
Definitely. He had a smirk on his face.
Yeah, exactly. He for him, he was just showing off. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm in control. You know what I mean? I got the power here, whatever. Like, he was trying to establish dominance. Now, good luck with that in prison. Man, the camera tried to hold us back, bro.
Right. So hold on. So do you think he's going to make it? He made it to prison. We know he got arrested.
Yeah.
Do you think he's going to do prison time? Do you think he's going to be in there for a while?
Yeah, I mean,
no,
for sure.
He's going to body himself, Kev. He's going to get the Epstein treatment, bro.
Nah.
He's going to body himself, man. They said they do wellness checks on him every 30 minutes because of they think he's going to try to kill himself. Of course he's going to try to kill himself. Yeah. Ain't nobody built for jail.
Not especially not when everybody know you like that. You can't go in infamous, I would imagine.
Yeah, he can't go around anybody. He can't go around anybody black. Put it like that. Because they're like, you would get a trophy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They take him out. But yeah, man, I see pictures of jail. I'm like, I don't want no parts of that.
No, never.
Them doors shut. I'm telling everybody from 3rd grade up. You know?
Right. Never.
Nah. Yeah. I didn't want to talk about that. But that case was crazy, man. And I'm glad, like you said, that he got convicted. I'm glad they got him on all counts. I didn't think it was to be that hard. We saw a murder. But we've seen crazier things happen. So at no point was I feel until they read all the charges. Even when they read it, like, okay, he's guilty of this charge. Like, okay, that's what that juror thought. Like, no, Sherry was like, no, that's what everybody thought. Like, okay, cool. I thought he was going to do all the jurors.
Right now.
So yeah, he got convicted on all of them. But until they said it, man, I was like, it ain't gonna happen. I said it like,
listen, once the defense attorney got talking about maybe aliens did it, I was like, oh, know he going down. He going down.
Yeah. Shoot, when he didn't take the stand.
Yeah.
I said, I'm like, okay, I don't think that was smart. It was like the defense was almost like, bro, we trying to serve him up. Because I'm like, that was the worst lawyer ever.
Nah, listen, it was just clear cut. That was the problem. It was clear cut.
It was clear cut, but
nothing was working to his favor.
He tried to argue the policing, like, oh, it was a training. And then the police came
like,
in and they was like, we never taught him that.
And then they brought the doctor in afterwards or whatever.
Yeah.
Whoever did the autopsies or whatever.
That was a nail. Yeah.
And then my dog was like, yeah, he could have did all those things, but he could have did all those things and lived throughout the day.
Yeah.
What actually killed him is what you did, dog.
What you did, bro. 9 minutes.
Yeah, it's like
9 minutes. I think also too, there's no way they could have let that man off. No way.
No
way. Black
people 4K?
No. I ain't gonna say just black people. People would have burnt this America down.
Yeah.
But all right, man. Shout out to them for doing the right thing and doing what was right. You saw a murder.
That's another part of it too. Like, man, bro, I can't even watch these videos no more.
No, I know.
I can't watch these videos no more, man.
I felt like I had to watch the Chauvin one. But you know what gets me though? It kind of piggybacking on what you said a long time ago. I still haven't gotten over the Tamir Rice video.
I never got over that one,
bro. The car didn't even stop.
Yeah, I mean, the car was still rolling. He was already out shooting.
Exactly. It was a kid with a toy. Let's just say the kid had a real gun. Let's just say hypothetically he did. What could he have done?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
or who's saying that he's a threat?
Exactly. We seen the Kyle Rittenhouse dude kill and body some people and walk right past the cops with his gun.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? With his gun. They're like, yeah, come on, we understand. That's why I start going back to. I tell you, man, I don't think it has anything to do with the mental health. I think some of it is
two sides.
It's two sides, bro.
Yeah.
You know, but whatever. That's a whole nother podcast.
But listen, I can't wait to see whatever the next new wave of rap music is going to be, because it's like, man, we've got the worst of it out of the way, man.
Yeah.
You know, well, yeah.
Yeah, we hope.
Sort of. I mean, what else is there? It's like, man, they fed us drugs.
Yeah.
They fed us, you know what I mean? Hypermasculinity, hypersexuality. They fed us overconsumption as far as goods and materials. Now they're feeding us this death culture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, all right, listen, man, you gave us all the worst stuff in the world, man, and like we do as a people, man, we made it look like gold.
Yeah.
But it worked to our detriment. So hopefully it's like, man, we feed into something better. Like, hopefully at some point these kids, what's these kids that grew up in the drill era or whatever, get a little older and see that how life is just precious, and you know what I'm saying, these kids start to have their kids and want better for them, hopefully.
We hope. That's the only thing we can do is hope, bro.
Well, it all comes down to time, because it's like, bro, if you feel the same way at 30 that you felt at 20, you wasted 10 years.
Oh, absolutely, you wasted 10 years.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll see. Hopefully that paradigm shifter.
For sure. So yeah, man. Mortal Kombat, bro. We gotta talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's get to it.
All right. So if you haven't seen the movie, you might just fast forward probably the next 15 minutes or whatever, because we're gonna talk about Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
So spoiler alert for that. First of all, Kano made the movie. All right. He was hilarious through the whole thing. I thought he was literally made me belly over laughing at certain points of the movie.
Yeah.
It was, in my opinion, the best video game movie that has been made, as far as fan fiction, as far as true to lore, everything in that. All right. Now, with that all being said, all right, I wasn't the biggest Mortal Kombat fan growing up, but Street Fighter never gave me a good movie, so I gotta rely on this one. Okay, that Jean-Claude Van Damme Street Fighter was so bad I wouldn't even talk about it really. And then the best one was the animated movies of Street Fighter. But anyways, the Mortal Kombat, the acting was not that great. All right, the main actor that I thought was going to become Scorpion, he was trash. All right, I didn't think he was good. I felt like
Cole Young,
whatever he was, Cole, whatever. Forget him. He was literally just he was a placeholder. That's all he was, to get the real Scorpion back in it. When I tell you, when Scorpion came out and they showed, when he grabbed the knife, he said, "Oh, that is the Hanzo's blade," whatever he said, whatever Sub-Zero said. And then you saw Scorpion and he said, "Get over here." I might have rewound that part about 15 times. It was such a great payoff for that. I did not like how Sonya Blade ended up finding her power so quick. I didn't like that Kano got his power at first. It was racial. But like all that kind of made me mad. But I said it all, like, that movie was pretty good, man. For something we had at the crib, I could watch at home, and I would not want to see it in the theater. All right, but watching it at the crib, I was all right, man. I gave it a 7 out of 10. Man. I thought it was pretty damn good.
Right,
so I know you are the Mortal Kombat fan.
Yes.
Out of us two, what say you,
man? Okay, so first of all, I was off rip going to be excited for the Mortal Kombat movie or whatever. Okay, and it's like, I know the actual story of Mortal Kombat and all of that kind of stuff. So it's like I was definitely looking forward to it. And so we watched it last night. Me and the wife watched it, and I think she enjoyed it. Like, we watched it. She was gonna trip all the gore and all that stuff. So she was like, I didn't even ask her. Yeah, but listen, after watching that movie was Bazora. That movie was straight.
I knew you were gonna like it. I knew you
that movie was garbage, man. What was that trash? I ended that movie upset.
I said it afterwards.
I was so upset.
Yo, when I got done with it, right? And when you sent me a text and said, "Dear, I watched Mortal Kombat," I said, "Oh, he didn't like it," because you didn't go into it at all.
Bro, what you told me you still watching it, I was just like, all right, I ain't gonna ruin it for you. That movie was garbage. That movie, you know what the problem is, bro?
What?
The actual story of Mortal Kombat is already good. So I like, first of all, that Cole Young character was trash.
Yeah, I told you.
He was trash. He had, like, I don't know why they put him in the movie. And then it's like, the way that they kind of played off the other characters, it was like, y'all are really missing the best parts of Mortal Kombat. First of all, Kano was a worker. Okay, we don't care about Kano. Yeah, but they put him up on a pedestal. Like, I mean, he's one of the original characters. So okay, whatever. Yeah. They had Liu Kang is playing a sidekick.
Yeah, Liu Kang.
Like, Liu Kang is the main character.
Yeah, I know. I wondered about that, how they were going to do that, because even when they showed him, I'm like, okay, well, how are they going to make Liu Kang the guy then? Because they've been doing all this with old boy.
With Cole Young. I'm like, man, this Cole Young character, he was trash the whole movie.
With him getting his butt whooped. Yeah. Like, tapped out,
He didn't beat anybody. No. He's garbage.
He beat Goro.
Did he beat Goro? Oh, yeah.
He killed Goro. That's the only big kill he got. That's why everybody would come in and completely trash him at the beginning, because, he did kill Goro.
Okay, so that's the other part of it, too. It's like, Goro was a prince. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? First of all, you don't fight, like, they don't just send Goro out on hit missions.
Right. Yeah, they did send Goro out on hit missions. But then, like, even another part that didn't make sense, maybe think about it. You said hit mission. They sent Sonya Blade to go kill Kano after he already had his power. Right. And they sent her with no powers. Like, you go kill Kano.
That's true to lore or whatever. So I think Sonya was the one that kills Kano. She always ends up killing Kano. Okay. But and then Sub-Zero, like, they made him a G in the movie or whatever. Man. Yeah, but
they had to jump him.
But my thing is, like, Sub-Zero and Bihan. Bihan and Hanzo Hisashi. Okay. Like, they have an eternal beef. The fact that y'all tried to make, like, Cole Young, like, his new, like, Sub-Zero's new nemesis or whatever, made absolutely no sense. It's like, and then Scorpion, like, comes back at the end or whatever. Yeah. Just give a Scorpion, bro. Yeah. Leave the Cole Han guy wherever he's at, bro. Just give a Scorpion.
That's the one thing they did good was Scorpion's story. He was in hell. He fought back. That was dope.
But that's the thing. Okay, so in the real lore of Mortal Kombat, bro, that story is so much better because it's like, okay, understand that. First of all, Bi-Han didn't kill Scorpion's family. It was Quan Chi that did it. He just did it disguised as Sub-Zero.
Okay.
So and it was so that way he could try to convince Scorpion or compel Scorpion to fight on his side for revenge or whatever. Mm-hmm. So Scorpion gets killed. He ends up in the Nether Realm, which is like hell or whatever. Now in that real story, bro, he kills everybody in hell. Including Quan Chi, bro, so that way he can leave the Nether Realm. Okay. And then he comes back to Earth looking for revenge or whatever. He kills Bi-Han, and then Bi-Han, who's the Sub-Zero that we saw in the movie, and then Bi-Han's brother ends up taking up the mantle of Sub-Zero.
Right. I remember you telling me that before.
So Scorpion ends up finding his brother. I always forget that guy's name, but Kuai Liang. That's the second Sub-Zero's name. So he ends up finding him. The second Sub-Zero explains to Scorpion what actually happened or whatever, and then Scorpion becomes a good guy, and because now he realizes that Quan Chi tried to manipulate him. Okay. So now he's going at all the Outworld and NetherRealm fighters or whatever.
So is that what you didn't like about this movie? Is the fact they didn't follow that path?
Yeah, because they didn't follow the actual lore of Mortal Kombat. Because it actually is a fantastic story. Like, bro, if they could really put together a show that like explained all the realms and what was actually going on in Mortal Kombat, you would love it.
Well, the movie, the YouTube video you sent me put it in perspective, and I said, that's pretty dope.
Yeah,
how he had to sacrifice himself, then come back, and Liu Kang had to end up being the god, and then Raiden had to say that was all that was dope. I found
having to go through change. Mortal Kombat could live. It's tough to say just because they got so much time, but Mortal Kombat's story is very similar to like how Marvel's story. It's got less characters or whatever, but just as how vast it is and how much time and space that it covers in each character's individual story, it's just as compelling. Yeah, like they could really do a Mortal Kombat universe.
Yeah, see, I thought you wasn't going to like it because of Jax's arms.
Oh god, yeah, his arms were terrible. They were awful.
I'm like, damn, the budget. I see what's going on here. We ended up getting his what do they call it, a Kai? He ended up getting his Akai, and his real arms came in. I thought that was pretty okay. Yeah. But that guy was awful. That actor was awful. I didn't like that.
Man, listen, they left so much on the table, and I get it. Like it was a movie that had constraints or whatever, but the fact that they disrespected Liu Kang like that.
Yeah. Liu Kang he had his powers. I'm like, man, he's throwing fireballs and everything, but then they tried to make up for it when they gave him the dragon thing. I remember that from the Mortal Kombat before. Yeah. And I thought they tried to make up for it for that. My boy Hanzo got his soul taken away. But
you talking about Kung Lao.
Kung Lao, man.
Yeah, lost it. But listen, this is the thing though. First of all, it wasn't even about Mortal Kombat because Shang Tsung came before the Mortal Kombat tournament even started. So this was literally just
too.
He did he was trying to defeat Earthrealm before, so that way they didn't have to do it in Mortal Kombat tournament. Whatever. But listen, make Liu Kang the main character like he's supposed to be. Okay, like just give us the movie telling us the actual story. Yeah. You know what? For as much crap as Mortal Kombat Annihilation gets, the first Mortal Kombat actually ain't bad.
It was very good. Liu Kang was the guy.
Yeah, Liu Kang was the guy.
He was a great actor. You know what I'm saying? It came out pretty good.
Shang Tsung looked like Shang Tsung. Yes. Liu Kang looked like Liu Kang. I don't know who these people were.
Yeah. The best part was the dude who played Scorpion.
Yeah.
My man from the Raid. You ever seen the Raid series?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so that was my man, our guy from the Raid. So they could go get him for every Kung Fu movie they're making now. He's dope. But all of that being said, Kev, I'm with you. I thought it was kind of leading up to him, like, man, I don't know, but I'm not a Mortal Kombat lore fan like you are. I'm looking at it just for a movie aspect.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this ain't too bad. But when I saw that daggone payoff when they get over here, that was it, man.
Yeah, I mean, like, listen, it had its spots where it was like, okay, this is cool. But my thing, my whole problem is just that. Hate it. Listen, my whole problem is that like the actual story of Mortal Kombat is very good. Yeah, you could have just stuck with that, and it's like they tried to insert like. I don't know what the obsession is with telling Hanzo's backstory is now, but it's like, okay, we've seen it 1,000 times. We know what happens, all right? He's at home. He's a family man. He's still a regular person. They come in. They kill first of all, the kid that got away, that was something new.
That was something new?
Yeah, because they killed his wife and his son.
I had to bring in the dude that we don't care about.
Cole.
Yeah, Cole.
Yeah. Useless. Yeah. We didn't need that. I'm just saying, the story's always been the same. He's living in the woods or whatever. He's like a high chief over his clan or whatever, the Shirai Ryu. And boom. All right, they call Scorpion in to go see the Shokan for his clan or whatever. While he's on his way, he realizes that a lot of people from his clan have been killed. He goes back home, finds that Sub-Zero killed his family, fights Sub-Zero, loses, dies. Sub-Zero reveals himself to be Quan Chi. They take him down to the Netherrealm. He goes to the Netherrealm, kicks everybody's ass, kills everybody. in a fit of rage, and then he comes back. He comes back, man. You know,
You're fed up right now, bro.
I'm saying now he was the master of the Netherrealm, and that was like Scorpion's biggest. First of all, Scorpion is OP. Yeah. He could drag people down to the Netherrealm. He just take you to hell and just leave you there, and then just come back to Earth and just keep on pushing. He's supposed to be OP. Leave him as that.
Yeah. He was getting his butt whooped too.
But now the thing is like, now he's like all noble. And don't get me wrong, Sub-Zero ain't no slouch.
Yeah.
But
Sub-Zero was a boogeyman.
He was in that movie, but it's like, I don't know. And then the fact that they tried to make Kano like he was supposed to be a guy, man. Kano was a B-lister his entire career.
Well, now so now another thing that they're going to make the next one, they're going to get Johnny Cage. The Great White Hype now. So it's like, all right, come on, man. Like they already got the powers first. Now they're going to get Johnny Cage to be the savior. Like, come on, bro. I don't like that, man.
Like Johnny Cage is a sidekick. Like Luke Cage is the guy.
Yes.
Scorpion is the guy. Sub-Zero is the guy.
Yes.
Kano, he's a B-lister. He's a worker.
Yeah. He was funny though.
He's a bum.
Yeah,
he's a stooge.
He was funny throughout the movie though. I found myself laughing at him, but man, I knew you was gonna hate it.
Melina, we didn't get Katana, we didn't get Shao Kahn, we didn't get nobody, man.
They had a statue of Shao Kahn.
They did have a statue of Shao Kahn.
Shows he's coming.
And they had Kodo Khan in there and all that other stuff. Like they had like they touched on it, but pause. Yeah. But they could have done so much better, man. They could have like just tell the actual story. Yeah. Let's keep it moving.
Yeah. All right. I knew you was gonna. Which out of 10? What I said we give it?
4.
4. All right. I think. All right, but yo, people, this Nadir.
This kid.
Hey, yo, we are Games Music Life. This is the Games Music Life podcast, episode 254. So yeah, we got all into everything. Didn't even introduce the podcast.
Nah.
All right, man. So let's start like we always do. What have you been playing? What you been playing, bro?
I've been playing 2K, of course, because it just keeps getting better and better.
Okay.
And then I've been playing Horizon Zero Dawn.
Okay.
Yeah, game that you need to play, my man.
I saw you. So you gave up on Days Gone?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I would get back to Days Gone.
You're more like me than you thought. Okay, because I'm telling you, you will start a game.
No, it wasn't that. It wasn't that.
Okay,
it was. I was expecting that game to be over once I found a girl, and then once they kept it pushing, I was a little disheartened by the fact they wanted me to keep playing.
Okay, so Horizon Zero Dawn. Go ahead.
Fire.
Absolutely
Absolutely fire.
How far are you into it?
I think I maybe played like 5 hours, which is a pretty good amount of time or whatever. Yeah, but it's a really good game. You should definitely play it.
I downloaded it. I'm gonna play it next. I'm trying to change the norm of myself as far as starting games and not finishing them. So I'm on about 8 hours into Persona 5. It got very good.
Really,
I do see why people will like it. I do see why people will abandon the story though. But I'm so far into it, and just I got.
Ain't it game like 100 hours?
I don't know. I hope it ain't, because I'm not gonna make it.
Yeah, I would say I don't know if That's a game that you can play for years.
Yeah, because Jay, I told you when I started playing it, Jay got so happy, like, oh man, you're playing Persona. I'm like, yeah, okay, but don't get too hyped, because I might not finish this crap. So I've been playing that, and I see about why people would like it. Very far in it. But man, I got a bone to pick with Nintendo. Okay. All right. So I'm still playing Animal Crossing. So
yeah, I see.
And the reason why I'm playing it like crazy, because Khalees never got her save file back.
Right.
All right. So she got her.
Oh, she got her Switch back.
Got her Switch back on Friday, bro. First of all, I should not have told her that, or show her on the app, the shop app, where it shows the location of the UPS or any package that I'm getting.
Oh, she was obsessed all day, huh?
Fam, she looked out the window all day. Yeah. She literally was looking out the window. Look, I was like, babe, we got cameras here.
Well, the thing is too, it never makes me come any faster.
No, at all. So you can't tell a 7-year-old that. She just wanted her Nintendo back. In her mind, she was getting her Animal Crossing Island back.
Right.
So it comes back, and Nintendo had already prepped me saying that
we reset this thing.
Yeah. I'm like, they had to fix was the USB port. Why would they need to reset it? I'm holding on to hope they didn't have to do it. So anyways, we get the Nintendo back. And I had already prepped it. I got her the new the MagSafe quick release thing for her thing, so that doesn't happen again. Got her a new pink case for her Switch. I'm like, I'm gonna make it look real nice for her when it comes, because I had already prepared. Like, she ain't gonna get this island back. So I open it up, I fire it up. Sure enough, the island is gone. Nintendo got it. Now, mind you, there is a cloud save you can enable, but you have to enable it within the game.
Right.
So, needless to say, my baby was very upset. She cried. She was, Dad, I put so much time in this. I know, baby. So, Dad has now been, and I put all flags out. I'm putting the flag out to you, too.
What's that?
You got to get back on Animal Crossing. You got to get back on at least for every day. Get your DIYs, any doubles. You got to send the Khalees, man. You got to get in there and play. Cause she was like,
she can have all the stuff that I got on the game. Honestly, I don't care.
I gave her all my stuff too. I've been making duplicates. She can't have my stuff. I'm not giving up like that as you. So I put the back call out to all the people we used to play Animal Crossing with, and they're all just like, oh man, we got her. They're dropping off bells and giving her DIYs and stuff. She's gonna be back up. We're giving her the complete backpack.
Okay.
To get back where she was at. But man, Nintendo got to do better about that saving, because like,
It didn't save to like an SD card or nothing?
No. Well, no, because I don't have an SD card. It tells you even if you send it in for repairs, you know, you got to take your SD card out.
Right.
To save it. But what it is there isn't an online save, but you have to enable it. And as a kid, you don't know that. Even as an adult, I didn't know that.
Right.
You think you're getting a Switch, what could happen? It ain't gonna never break, you know. But you thought.
Yeah.
But
these ain't the Game Boys are old, man.
I know.
Like, man,
I know.
How does my Game Boy Color still work?
Bro,
my Game Boy Advance still works.
You remember that Game Boy Color that they found? Like it was like buried in a manhole for like years, and they turned it on, and it still works.
Yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because these are like little computers, I guess. I don't know.
But no, it ain't even that. It's like, first of all, like when we think about our Switch, like the Switch Lite or whatever, it seems like that should be more conducive for kids. But
no, it's
stuff can still happen.
Absolutely
but
not.
when you think about I think about my Switch, and I like low key don't want no kids even touching that because it's like, yo, listen, I could see those little controllers breaking off any second.
The stress that I had in my body when she was playing my Switch while hers was going getting
repaired, they go to lift it out or whatever, you just be looking like, oh my god,
bro, she was just setting it down, like going to play, and I'm like Dante
stepping on it,
like yeah, man, I'm like, oh my god, I ain't gonna make it. I told Sharita like because she bought mine for Christmas. We gotta be prepared for me to buy a new Switch because I don't think it's gonna make it.
Yeah,
because like she was playing, and the only game she couldn't play was Animal Crossing. I told her don't play with my island.
Right.
But man, she played everything underneath the sun. But she played a lot of Just Dance too.
But yeah, it's like, they like when I see those like removable parts, I'm like, that's just asking to break.
Yeah, it's gonna break.
Yeah. So the light makes sense because it's like, all right, unibody form. But
you would think. Yeah, you would think. So no, she didn't get her island, man. She didn't get it back. Anybody out here who played Animal Crossing, you might get my friend code. You drop stuff to me, and then I can give it to her because you're not getting her friend code. But yeah, man. So yeah, a lot of Animal Crossing to get my baby back up. I planted some new trees, and like I redid my island a lot just to show her that you can start over. You know, because she was heartbroken. She had everything in her little garden and everything down, and I told her too. I said, "Yeah, Uncle Kevin will drop some stuff over." She said, "Oh, Kevin's gonna play." I said, "Yeah, he is." So
I'll get on it. I'll send her. Just let me know when y'all on. I'll hop on and make sure I bring her some. I'll bring her plenty.
Yeah. I'm still selling turnips. I'm up to like 12 million in my bank. So
wow.
Yeah, I'm still selling them. It's a hustle, man.
I'm telling you, listen, I played the game. One day, and I was just like,
I remember.
Nah.
That was it.
Yeah.
That was it.
They need to like just put something in the game. Make it interesting. Please.
Yeah.
There's nothing to do in that game.
There isn't.
Terrible.
Even the Mario thing that came out, it was like that was so just underwhelming.
Even beyond that, it's just like
Easter eggs.
Give me a reason to play. Like put some new bugs in there. Like make a new collection for the museum. Just give me a reason to want to explore. Because like if there's no reason to explore and the shop only has 4 items.
Yeah. They got to revamp some things.
They do.
They do. Especially with now everybody's going back outside. They gotta change it up because before when it was a quarantine time, everybody's playing it.
Yeah,
you know that kind of like it's gone now.
They need to make some more community hubs where it's like, man, make a city where I could actually go and be with other people. Like make it more like The Sims. Yeah. Like give me a reason to want to explore. Yeah. There's nothing to explore anymore. Like I caught the animals. I got the fossils. I got the paintings.
Yeah.
And first, in the painting, man, he show up once every 2 weeks. It's like.
Yeah,
and I can only buy one thing from him. It's like, bro,
I'll never be able to fill out all those paintings. I haven't got all those.
Nah.
So I don't know. All right, man. So PlayStation, man, they backtracked on shutting down the PS3 store and the Vita marketplace.
Yeah.
Bullying works, man.
Listen, PlayStation just giving the people what they want, man.
I knew you would spin it in that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, how could it not be a positive, man?
Because what it was
Sony just didn't know.
That's what it was. They was like, man, we're gonna shut this down. Everybody was like, no. And it was like pitchforks were out. And people were, I didn't think there would be that big of a response in the PS3 store and the Vita store going down.
Right.
But man, it was in droves. Like Reddit took crazy on it. And then finally, it took like a day or two. Sony was like, all right, we're not going to do that.
Right. You know? Do you think Nintendo would have backtracked? They'd have been like, no, it's dead. It's dead. And if you want these games again, buy them for the new system.
Well, they'll be back in a month.
Right.
Buy it again. And we'll be out there buying it again. I thought it was dope that, Sony listened to the fans. And it must not have costed a bunch of money to keep it up and going. Because if they would have shut it down, that would have been the case. But I wonder why they was eventually going to close it anyway.
Because it was like, yo, nobody's playing these systems. Like, nobody wants this crap anyway.
No, Kev, because everybody doesn't have the whole mantra of you when the new system come out, the old one's dead. Everyone doesn't have that. I look at your PlayStation 4. Like,
look how dusty it is.
No, I've been playing mine like crazy. But
it's over.
I know.
It's over.
You know, and the thing about it too, though, I'm looking at the analytics with PS5, and everyone's playing all the old PS4 games on PS5 because they look better.
I mean, yeah, it's where it's at.
Some games do.
I've completely switched to playing my PS5 on a monitor, though.
Really?
Yeah, it's way better.
Is it?
It's a way better experience, yeah.
Why?
frame rate.
Okay.
Yeah, like I play 2K on there, and it's like, yo, it looks better, it moves better. Like I'm a better player.
Yeah.
On PC or on my monitor, not on PC.
You said you're a better player.
I am. I've actually gotten better as a player playing on a monitor or whatever. And I don't know if it was maybe just like the landscape of a big TV. It's like, man, you got to kind of turn your head and look around. Whereas on a monitor, everything's right in front of me or whatever.
Yeah.
And since it's so fast and smooth, it's like, yo,
I hate you. And I'm gonna tell you why, bro. 'Cause I fought you on this for years, Kev. Like I fought you on this for years, my friends.
To be fair, the last generation consoles wasn't gonna make a difference.
But you fought me on that though. Every time I hear you talk about frame rates, it literally makes my blood boil because I'm like, I've been telling you this for years. And I know whenever I get you into a corner when it's like I'm making too much sense, you throw the Kev, but but it's corny though or something. I can't be like exactly what you'll say. But you'll say something like, well, who wants that? I'm like, come on, man.
Slip right out of there. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Move right on out.
So anyway, you see the greatness in it now.
Yes, sir.
But I think eventually I'm gonna do because I making it downstairs to the man cave to.
Yeah, it seemed like you've abandoned the basement.
Well, I did go down there.
Or the kids took it.
Well, they took over it, bro. Like the times I would want to go down there and play, I go down there and like Dan's playing the robot game. So I'm like, I can't play anything. So I did watch Mortal Kombat in the cave because I wanted to watch it with the surround sound.
Did the wife watch it with you?
I didn't even give her the option. Because,
okay.
And she gave me shade about it because I didn't even ask her. So she'll watch the pod and say, oh, at least Kevin asked toy. But she was like, I just wanted to have the ability if you to ask me to say no. That's it. So she gave me a hard time about that because there's no way she wanted to watch that.
Well, it's like Toya loves planning out these date nights for us or whatever. So like when the movie was announced, we had already kind of planned like, oh, when it comes out, she knew I was excited about it. She's like, okay, we'll make that our date night. So since the Roni hit, that's what we've made a point to do. Like, okay, we're gonna make sure that we just set aside time where we're intentionally doing something together.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
That's what's up. Did y'all watch Married at First Sight this week?
You know we did,
we
man.
Watch it yet. We gotta watch it.
Oh man, okay,
we gotta watch it tonight. So no, we don't talk about it yet. We'll talk about it last week. I think something must have happened with Chris and old girl too, Paige, because they weren't even on last episode.
They ain't on this episode either.
Their storyline is done.
They coming back. No, they're coming back on Decision Day.
Okay, I'm about to say. Although I do think they will be the crazy ones to stay married. Like I do think so.
Yeah.
I think crazier things have happened. I do think that would happen. All right, man. That's
trying to get the whole entree from the sampler platter. He want the whole buffet now.
Nah, take about Chris he's a legend, man. Like I got a whole story on him. He's weird, but regardless, man.
But no, hold on. We gotta talk about this. Me and Toya laugh about this all the time, bro. What do you think about the fact that this man cut his pastor off? He was like, yo, I can't believe Pastor so-and-so would do this, and I'm never speaking to him again. Like, wow.
Well, because
the audacity.
It's accountability, man. It was accountability because the pastors are just talking the truth.
Yeah, he put feet to the fire.
Absolutely. Whereas Chris was like, he's like, nah, that's it. I don't want him in my life anymore.
Well, bro, how you cut the pastor off?
Easy. He just did it.
Yeah, he was like, man, I never want to see him again.
And he never seen him again on the show. And that was it. We never seen him again.
Yeah, he really X'd him out, bro, like he was Tommy Buns.
Yeah. I don't know, man. That storyline is crazy. But I tell you, I do think that they'll stay together.
I can see it.
But that's it, gaming news. Ain't nothing really else going on.
Hold on. I gotta go back, man, for a second. But what you think about the legend Jake? Yeah, Jake is the one who the girl don't want him.
The girl don't want him.
My man, he's super passive aggressive, but he be throwing them darts, boy.
He do, but I don't think he really has any personality though, bro. I think it's okay. So I always talk about cool nerds, right? I call us cool. We're very we're nerds. We are super nerds, but we're cool too. He is the other side of it, bro. He is like the nerd where you're like, he has no personality. Like she would.
He's got dry humor. He's got dry sense of humor.
He does. But I'm talking about like the interaction between her and him. Like she would throw the complete Gary Payton alley-oop. Like I'm telling you something about myself, which is leaving the door open to you. Tell me about yourself. He would just be like,
"Yep."
Hey man,
thank
you for that. You know he would give nothing about himself.
He wasn't interested in that conversation.
Well, see,
He's just like, "Yep."
But that's what she was wanting, was that to understand him and that create that bond.
Right.
He's like, "Yo, we're here. We're married. What do you want to do?" And that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's like he has the personality of a wet sponge, man. Like he literally has no personality.
But does he though? Because man, now he be throwing them jabs, boy.
He do.
He be throwing them haymakers at him.
He throw the jabs, but like we both know, relationships are much more than that. You got to get to know the person, like in a very short, small sample size of time. And I think it was very wrong that she actually threw him the buns early because he thought like, okay, this is it. This is what we're good. To do. We're good.
We're solid.
We're doing everything. Hey, we did it. Like this is what we're doing. We consummated the marriage, and she's like, no.
Right.
You know what I mean? So. Yeah, but I think I do think that they could be okay if he would just open up and talk.
Man, listen, Ryan, ultimate legend.
Oh,
my dog out here getting everything he wants.
He's playing psychological warfare out here, bro. He's gonna mess her up. Like,
I think they stay together, man. They work it out. Yeah, I think they work it out. But he's I think he's getting away with it sneaky. They don't even realize it.
Yeah, but he's weird, bro. First of all, he's a black dude with a swoop over. He
figured out cheat code for the corners going.
He has. I'm sick of you caping for that dude, man.
With the time codes, you gotta take them.
All right, man. Who's running the Raiders Twitter profile, bro? I need to understand who's running it. As soon as I saw the tweet when it got retweeted, and I'm like, all right, I didn't get.
Their heart was in the right place.
It was. That's what I'm saying. They got a hard rap on it. It was bad timing, bad choice of wording. And when they came out and said, even when it was George Floyd's brother came out and defended it and said, because those were his words exactly. I can breathe now, or now I can breathe, I think is what it said. It kind of came into defense. But I do wonder, like, somebody jumped off the porch on that one.
Yeah.
And put it out there. So I just want to throw that in there. Who's running their Twitter profile? Because have you noticed some of these Twitter handles from some of these sports places? Is it Nice Kicks or maybe it's Nike? I forget. Somebody's wilding out here. I don't know.
A lot of them is wilding.
A lot of them are, bro. Like, people are forgetting to change from that one, the bad account, to their personal one or something. Because, like, some of these Twitter handles are just getting nuts out here, just saying any and everything. Like your boy KD.
Hey, man, listen. The real is back.
No, it's
you
not.
Know what I mean? I love it. I love it. KD out here on everybody's neck.
KD's always been this way, though, to keep it real. Remember when he was on, people forget when he was on, what's the man for the Portland Trailblazers? Not Dame, but
CJ McCollum.
He's on CJ McCollum's podcast. And gave him that word.
Straight trash.
Like,
to his face.
Don't worry about what's going on at the top.
At the top. Don't worry about what the winners are doing. You'll never be that.
You will never be that. You know? KD's always been that, man. So, but yeah, man. So, I just want to know who was running that.
Man, I want to know who was running the Hulu account when they asked, how do people from Baltimore say Hulu? And they said Hulu.
I didn't see that.
That's
what
Hulu responded. HEWLEW. Hulu.
That's funny. That's funny. They gotta get some young people running it though, or somebody that's hip.
Absolutely, bro. Whoever runs the Wendy's social media account, they're the GOAT.
Okay, maybe it's Wendy's.
They're clearly the funniest person out there
because they go at all the fast food restaurants.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter. Like, yeah, we got the best. They're wilding.
Burger King out here wilding.
Yeah.
On National Women's Day, talking about women belong in the kitchen. I was wow.
It didn't take it down.
Well, the point that they were trying to make, they were saying if they want to be, 85% of like the head chefs are men, we need to change that. And because they were talking about the restaurant industry, but when the first tweet is
Burger King ain't no restaurant.
Listen,
ain't no restaurant. What are you talking about?
I don't know. Quick service restaurant, but when you lead that tweet with women belong in the kitchen, y'all know what y'all did.
They knew what they were doing. They're trying to clean it up, talking about a restaurant, like more chefs. Just some research.
And it was on National Women's Day, International Women's Day.
Yo, man, that's crazy. But whoever's running these Twitter handles they're nuts.
That's gotta be a fun job.
Absolutely,
that's gotta be a fun job.
You can't get in any trouble, and you can always put it to we just forgot to switch the account or something.
Right? Yeah, y'all out here getting hot,
bro. All right, man. So we gotta talk about EDP, bro.
Oh,
all right, man.
Okay.
He's going. He went out. I ain't gonna say he's going out. He went out completely sad. And
you think he's gone?
Yeah, absolutely, he's gone.
I don't think so, man.
I think he's gonna come back to some capacity because he's definitely trying to double down on it. And the only reason that was saving will be the guys who exposed him are very shady too.
He was the guy who exposed him, man. He was on the same type of time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I think a weirdo too.
So yeah, maybe he was trying to get him out of the market because he was taking up too much.
He was taking up the weirdo space.
But I'm gonna tell you one thing it's not an L for the Eagles. I'm sick and tired.
Oh, it's definitely an L for the Eagles.
I'm sick and tired of all the headlines.
You can't walk around that.
I have to because all the headlines are saying top Eagle fan.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I hate that.
Eagles GM.
I hate everything about that, bro. That's the only part about it because I'm here for the laughs. Have you seen all the live streams on it?
Yes, I see.
Everybody's having a live stream. I'm like,
even Dame Drops jumped in on that.
Yeah, Dame Drops.
Rich from Review Tech
been on his neck.
Yeah,
and then although I find I don't like him be doing it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want him doing it. I don't want Troy Dan doing it either.
Troy Dan was good.
Troy Dan was funny.
Troy Dan was hilarious
because he was legitimately concerned.
Troy Dan was trying to figure out what we were all trying to figure out. Like, why is he still here?
Why is he still
here? Why
here?
are you talking to these people still?
Why did you run? You were calling for violence. Like, You immediately said, like, I want him to pull the blammer out. Like, no,
Yeah.
I don't want him to have it. Although you do notice when he went back to the car, them white dudes.
They kept it going the other way.
They're like, okay, he might have some heater in there.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I don't know
You
what
said he can't run. Roll away.
Hey, man. I'm gonna tell you, bro. Like, it's not too many times in life that I literally bust out laughing. When you said "roll out of there," I literally put my phone down. Just like, I was like, "Yo, this is what we come to," and I laughed for about 30 seconds.
It was downhill. You know what I'm saying? He'd have been good. He'd have been back to his car lickety splits, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Oh boy!
I didn't understand why he was. I just did not understand why he was sitting there still answering questions.
Yo, he was there for like 30 minutes.
All right, and I mean, he's really giving up the ghost.
Yeah, he was there for like 30 minutes.
Like, bro, yeah, I didn't understand. Like EDP, whatever is going on, man. I hope that he get help or whatever needs to happen, bro. Because you can't be out here preying on these little kids, and you know this again, talking about the internet age. It's like, bro, you know, it's the kids that are out here that are enamored with you. Like an adult, I'd slap the taste out your mouth, boy. You know that.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I found it super weird.
Yeah. I found it super weird that the Eagles had to hold that L.
They're not holding the L, okay? I'm not accepting that one. As an honorary member of the Eagle fan club, I am not accepting him into our. I kicked him out a long time ago. And you know,
you don't have that power, man.
I do. I'm on the board.
EDP is the guy. You know what I'm saying? He was the one that he ascended. He was the chosen.
That's the point. I saw the story. I'm like, dang, Kev gonna give me crap on this one.
You know, I can let that slide.
He definitely gonna try to lump it in all Eagles fans. And every thread I saw, it was like Eagle fan.
Eagle fan.
I'm like, oh, come on.
That's what we know EDP for, bro. It's being the super fan of the Eagles.
He's been trash for a long time.
Man, listen, he's been trolling for the longest. Man.
I know.
We know what time it is.
Yeah,
Man, what is this? I hate Facebook. I'm just gonna put that out there now. Okay. I'm sick of it.
Kick it out of there.
Yeah,
I'm getting sick of all these spam text messages I get.
You getting spam texts?
Bro, I'm getting spam texts like it be the most egregious things. I got one this morning that said, "You want free cocaine? Click here." Like, I'm like, wow, y'all giving it up like that? Just texting me that, huh? And then my wife, man, a lovely wife. She's so green sometimes, bro. So all I hear is like, I hear, oh man. And I'm like, what happened? And she told me later on. So she got one of those messages. It says something like, hey, I've been looking for you. Click this link. She clicks the link.
Oh,
and,
why?
You know, I don't know. And that's like I'm like, babe, why would you click the link? Like, what are you doing? Like,
she was interested. She was like, oh, they were looking for me.
They were looking for me. Like, oh man, they might have something for me.
Listen.
And sure enough, it was something crazy. But man, I'm getting some crazy text messages. But
I never get crazy. Knock on wood.
I don't know what happened. I don't know if I signed up for something.
You must have.
Yeah, I must.
Or you were part of a compromise or something like that. But I think you can. I think if you go onto your Verizon account, you can actually turn off like messages from unknown senders or something like that.
I'm gonna do
like
that.
You can filter it out. But because I never get.
I got a text the other day. It was actually a legitimate person had the wrong number. She was texting me like she knew me.
Oh, but I get calls like that all the time.
See, I got the thing that blocks the calls coming.
Well, and then I get the messages afterwards, and like sometimes I'll be like, I should probably call this person. First of all, one of these days I'm gonna call this lady back because it's a lady that calls me like once every month, or every 2 months. She always leaves me these voicemails like, oh, I forget who she's asking for. She's like, you never answer your phone. What if I was in trouble? What if I really needed help? And you never answer your phone. I get the message. I'll be like, man, Wilford might be that kicked it. Okay,
or change his number,
right?
Because he want to get away from these messages.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You was just a sampler platter, lady. Wilford, he ain't on that, man. He went back to his family.
Wilford got a family. Exactly. That's what
Wilford got a family. All right,
you caught Wilford at a vulnerable time.
Yeah,
you know?
He came for the sampler platter.
I'm out of here.
But one of these days, I'm gonna call that lady back and let her know, like, listen, your buddy Wilford, man, he's not ignoring you.
Or
you've had the wrong number for years.
Or you can call back and be Wilford.
You know? On a board day, you know, maybe record that for the pod. One day we gonna call this lady back.
Absolutely not. Wilford. No, man, because we're not gonna do that. We do it keep for our nobody else. You know, let's do it for our own giggles. All right, man. So Justin Fields, he comes out. He says he has epilepsy.
Yeah.
Okay. And
what a brave soul, man.
He is a brave soul because he's definitely trying to mess up the house money. Why would he come out and say that? For one,
teams probably figured it out. They probably do.
Maybe I'm green around with that. Like, what is epilepsy?
Epileptic seizure. This is when you have seizures.
Just, he has seizures.
Yeah, he has seizures.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long has this been known?
I mean, he said he's been playing with it for forever.
Okay. Well, then what's the problem? Because Jay Cutler had the Bettis forever, and he still got drafted.
They'll find they just try to find any reason to discredit you, man. You know that.
Yeah, I find a big problem with that. Justin Fields is he's going to be a good quarterback.
Yeah, he is.
He's going to be a good NFL player, and I hope he falls later to a good team with a good situation.
Coming to the Saints.
Yeah, y'all need him.
Yeah.
I'll definitely need him.
We got Jameis.
Jameis is not going to be the answer, Kev.
I like Jameis, man. Did you see Jameis at the camp the other day? He was like, man, I was the #1 pick, and then I turned into the laughing stock. But you see me, I'm still out here working.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to come. Every day I come in hungry and motivated.
Okay, but he hungry, crab legs. He comes.
Give him the crab legs.
Every year or every other year, Jameis does something where I'm just like, he's an idiot. And he might be an idiot. He might be, and I'm okay with him being an idiot. But you already know how it is for black quarterbacks in the NFL.
He's staying out of trouble, man.
He needs to stay out of trouble. Get married, have some kids, grow up. Quit doing the dumb stuff.
Proud of Jameis, man. And you know what? Even with Jameis or whatever, like whatever happened with those assault charges that he caught when he was getting drafted or whatever, clear that stuff went away real quick. We didn't hear another word about that. Wasn't no penalties or nothing like that. So that makes me believe that there might have been a little bit of baloney.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Outside of that, the only other bad thing that we heard about him, man, was the crab legs.
Yeah.
Leave that young man alone. First of all, I mean, an 18-year-old kid tried to get
outside.
Huh?
You hear that on that base? Is that Optimus Prime? Like,
nah, that's probably somebody moving around.
Okay,
but like, man, leave that young man alone, bro.
Yeah, I got
you know what I mean? He ain't getting in no trouble. He ain't hurt nobody. Okay, he stole some crab legs.
Yeah.
Young man wanted to eat good in college.
To me,
it is what it is. That's kid stuff.
Yeah, to me, all that was kid stuff. Even the situation that happened at Florida State when he dropped the girl off on his bike.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
kid stuff, man.
Kid stuff, bro.
Yeah.
He didn't anything that.
Wow, you cannot say that on YouTube. You're gonna have to bleep that. The R word.
Robbie?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll bleep it out. Okay. I'm teachable, bro. Okay.
Yeah.
Right? I'll bleep it out.
Like, man, we've hit all the markers of things that you can't say this episode. We giving this to the people raw. You know what I'm saying? You sick of the JBP pandering, you know what I'm saying, faking, showing love to that industry connection, man. Come to GML.
Put a marker on that.
You know what I'm saying? We keep it real around here, man. Give you the wrong cut.
We'll move on because I don't know what to say. We're not to say at this point. Shout out to Jameis, man. But Justin Fields, bro, like I said, Jay Cutler had the best, man, and they definitely he was eating hot dogs on the sideline.
Hey.
You know, if they glorified him for being a fighter, and then now my man talking about he had epilepsy for his whole career. It ain't affected him any time before,
right?
You know what I'm saying? So let him rock, man. Let that get that man his dream. All right, man. So Redman and Method Man.
Yeah.
Was it a battle?
Nah, man. It was just a good time.
It was a show. It was a good time.
Yeah.
I think we talked through why Redman was missed on your mark when we were talking about it during the podcast. I mean, during the battle. Yeah. We talked through it, and it was right before you went outside.
Yeah, exactly.
It's when it happened. And it was like, so I'm gonna order you 4 years, 5 years. I'm not 9 years older than you, am I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Something like that. Yeah.
But it was basically around when I fell in love with hip hop was Redman's era.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it was like, okay, that was my time. And but right before you went outside, the end of the Def Jam era, and then you started coming outside. It's kind of that's why I missed. That's why Def Jam, why Redman.
But that's so weird to me because it's like, yo, he still existed, but it's like I knew him from Red and Meth and then a couple of little songs that he had.
Yeah.
But it's like the era that it feel like people laud Redman for is like I just missed it.
Yeah, you just missed it.
Yeah,
you just missed it. But you knew the songs. You knew some of them.
Yeah, I knew some of them.
You knew some
like
of the songs.
Sometimes some of the times you can't miss them.
Hey man, I'm gonna tell you, bro. Like another time, like bro, was like. I laughed when you text me and said, "Yo, who was this guy in the jean outfit?" It was K-Solo. But yo, I laughed so hard because I can understand why you said it, but people who know K-Solo, like that's pretty much the guy who kind of ushered in Redman because he was like Redman's big bro. Ain't like the young kids using now like big bro. They can have whoever has the most money is big bro.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
little big bro.
Little big bro. Which kind of reminds me, every time I hear Big Bro, I can think about that Quando Rondo interview. Why did Angela Yee interview him?
I don't know.
That was completely, it was weird.
It was very weird.
Very weird. But the Red Meth versus battle, I like the fact they both looked in shape. They looked good.
Yeah.
They bigged up DMX, RP to X.
Brought
and like
EPMD out.
Bought EPMD out, which I was surprised because EPMD beefed for a while. So
yeah, I remember.
I didn't think that they was even cool anymore.
I don't know. Eric Sermon, he jumped off the balcony.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
A few years ago, yeah.
I forgot about that.
So I'm glad to see Brother Man doing better.
Yeah, I'm glad to see the Green Eye Bandit looking good out there, man. I'm glad to see that. They brung out Capadonna. They brung out let me clear my throat, dude. What's his name? K-Solo? Not K-Solo. What's his name?
DJ Red.
There you go. They brung him out.
Yeah.
So that was cool. And it was just a good time, man. I think the Thriller, they got a good thing going with the audio.
No,
They still
listen, Triller.
I said Thriller.
Yeah,
Triller.
it's a bad app. That app does
I
not
don't even
work.
use the app. I watch it through YouTube. I mean,
Instagram.
Yeah.
Like I finally figured. Like first of all, who built this app that couldn't figure out how to link out to the videos that like literally when you open up the app, it'll be like, okay, watch Redman and Method Man, and then you press watch, and then it links you back out to the browser, and it's like, hey, do you want to open this in the Triller app? And it's like, I was just in the Triller app.
Yeah.
You took me out of the Triller app.
Does it now open in the Triller app?
No, so then you press that link to open Triller, and then it just doubles you back to where you were. I forget how I finally figured out how to get into this video, but I'm like, yo, listen, whoever built this interface, fire them. They got, listen,
You
holla
gotta
at me. Look, we can do it. We can get you together.
Well,
We can get it together for you
think
for
about
a
it too,
nominal
though.
fee.
Look at all that money they left on the table then. Because if they kick it
Yeah.
out to another, people just go to Instagram.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because the whole thing with building an app, which I gotta show you before I leave, is that you want to keep them in the app.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's they got some work to do.
Yeah, well,
they got some work to do.
The platform is still cool. I love they got Meth and Red. Are we done with Versus now? Are there any more?
Oh no, they're gonna keep it going now. They just got the back. They're just getting started. But I will say I do feel like Versus is getting a little commercial now because Red and Meth, that wasn't about like who got the better catalog. It was like no, these are two people that people would like to see together on 420.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because they were
sold out.
It's not a Versus.
Yeah,
like they were in a group together.
Exactly. You know like they're versing each other.
Right.
They were performing most of the songs together.
Right. Like I think they got away from just a playful competition.
Right.
Because music, was a competition. You wanted to make better music than the other person. Like even with because Babyface gave some of the most underhanded shade throughout the entire Versus with him and Teddy Riley, which I found amazing. And Teddy didn't have the audio together, and Babyface just lit a candle and drank some wine.
But also like when people got to show so much like Erykah Badu and Jill Scott, like man, they showed so much mutual admiration for each other.
Yeah,
I think it really got off track when we had to do Ashanti versus Keisha Cole.
Yeah,
it seemed like they didn't like each other.
No, they definitely
were both there for a check.
Yes, they were there for a check. Ashanti got COVID and then she couldn't do it.
She blew it up. Yeah,
but I think the pinnacle is safe to say would have been Gucci and Jeezy, right?
Yeah, that was definitely the one that we never thought we'd see happen.
No, at all. Because remember when we first saw it, they're not going to be in the same room until it happened. It's kind of like the Chauvin verdict. We didn't think it's going to happen. I'm like, this is not going to happen. And then when we seen them together in the same room, like, wow, they really did this, man.
Right.
So that was kind of the pinnacle of the Versus thing. But I don't know if any more can happen at this point.
Yeah, I don't know if they keep it rocking. Well, I mean, they will, but now it's just like a concert series. Ever since D'Angelo did that D'Angelo and Friends Versus, it just came a concert series rather than an actual competition.
Right. That was kind of the last hurrah as far as before they went to Triller, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, man, what's going on here? I didn't even watch that one.
Triller, get your app together. That's all I know.
They won't.
I'm sick of it.
They won't. People they just go to Instagram to watch it.
Yeah.
Giving all that money to Instagram. Stop, man. All right, man. So we gotta definitely talk about Black Rob, man. R.I.P. to Black Rob. So when DMX passed, videos started coming out about people just giving their condolences for DMX passing, and then one video came of Black Rob giving his condolences of DMX, and immediately,
good.
Exactly, immediately my focus went to like, yo, what's wrong with Black Rob? I didn't even know it was him.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like it was like, man, this didn't even look like the Black Rob. I'm still looking at I'm still thinking of How to Rob, all those things that were coming out. And I immediately thought about what was going on, and then come to find out a week later, he passed away.
Yeah.
So did they say what happened?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so
well, actually, you know what though? No, he had been real sick for a long time. We just didn't know because I mean, I think he said something about like he had like 5 strokes over the last year or something like that, or 3 strokes or something like that. So his health had been messed up. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, but I think about like him passing. For me, it's like Whoa remix is still one of the best remixes ever. It was like 1,000 minutes long.
Yeah.
Everybody was on it. It was high energy. It was bad boy. It was everything to it. And I don't know, man. I didn't know how to feel as far as accepting it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, dang, DMX passed, and now we got Black Rob.
Yeah.
Didn't really understand that one, and then just the other day, Shock G passes away.
I think what was more surprising to me is that Shock G and Black Rob were actually not that far apart in age. I think Black Rob was like 53, Shock G was 57.
57, yeah.
It's like,
right, and like I think for me too. My dad's 65 this year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I started thinking about it. Like my dad surpassed a lot of these ages, and I'm thinking like, well, dang.
Start looking right, brother.
Yeah, right. Like what happened? Like what? Why? And that's what. When somebody passes away, I always want to know why or how.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that really matters. But I just kind of am curious about it. But I didn't. You start going back into not to go over Black Rob, but kind of moving on to Shock G, all the things that he did. And I think with Shock G, you start to understand as far as like his impact with Tupac and Digital Underground.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you. When I was young, I did not know Shock G and Humpty was two different people.
They're not.
I mean,
the same person.
The same person. I'm sorry. I didn't know they were the same person.
Okay.
Like when I was younger, when that first came out, I didn't know until like afterwards. And I was kind of like, no one ever did anything like that. You know, as far as two different people. And it was like, dang, man, Humpty and Shock G, man, they the two funny dudes. I forget who told me and broke the curse. Kind of like if somebody tell you Santa Claus ain't real. I'm like, man, why'd you tell me that? I can't look at it the same now. You know, like, I'm looking at the video like, oh, man, that's Shock G. I didn't know it, you know? But he was a crazy musician. He produced a lot of the music when they, the Digital Underground albums. They gave us Tupac, man. Like, that was just dope that it happened. Yeah. But, you know, all this death is just, it's crazy, man. But
at least it wasn't the violence.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
Hey, it's time to go, it's time to go. But
absolutely.
Yeah, man. At least it wasn't the violence, man. These kids crazy.
Yeah.
Nuts out here.
That's a whole other pod. We gotta get some young dudes on here. We might get the nephews on here. They won't give it up though. We got to get somebody that could talk. You know, because nephews would be like, oh, that's Uncle
But that's
Ken,
the hard
man.
part though. Yeah. Well, no, see, that's the hard part because it's like you're not even really equipped to talk about it until you went through it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Until you're not prepared to have an intellectual conversation until you came through the other side of it.
Yeah,
like,
true.
And we see a lot of these young rappers going through it right now. Like, man, when I listen to like G Herbo talk about all that stuff, it's like he like, yo, I want out. I'm not trying to even look. You look at Chief Keef. Chief Keef don't go. Well, he can't go to Chicago, but he ain't in none of that no more.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, last time somebody tried to kiss ass to him and talk about some smoking Tuka or whatever. He's like, man, why are you bringing up his name, bro? Like, you didn't know him. You didn't have nothing to do with that. Leave that alone.
Yeah.
Don't say that.
Growth.
Like, yeah.
Seasoning.
Well, yeah, I mean, he been away from this game so long.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, why am I holding on to that? I'm rich.
Exactly. And plus also I believe that he probably knows that the impact on it. Like, yo, this really caused a lot of stuff that we didn't think would happen. We were young acting dumb, but didn't think it would, have
it sounded cute at 16. It hit different at 26.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Does Chief even make music anymore?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think he does. Yeah. Now he just sit back and be rich, man. He's like the granddaddy.
Yeah, for sure.
Of all these rappers 26. Now. Yeah, 26.
You know?
Yeah. Hey, I hate to say it like that, but it's like, man, listen, for the lifestyle that they live, that's old.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. But yeah, not to keep kind of splinter off though, RIP to Black Rob, RIP to Shock G, man. I want to go through a week with no one passes, bro. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of all the death, man. But you got anything else?
Oh man, I feel like we need to close on a high note, man. Like, man, we got, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, we ain't got nothing, no funny. Oh, hold on, Snowfall. What'd you think? What'd you think about the finale?
Oh boy, I hated that you were right. I'll say that because I do think that Teddy and Franklin are going to beef on next season. I didn't think that Teddy was. I found it odd when Teddy let the dad go. And I'm like, okay, he let his dad go.
Nah, I knew that was
he doubled back.
He doubled back, yeah.
Do you think that the mom got clapped too?
I think so.
Nah, she left.
She left what?
Remember she went to the store?
Yeah, she went, but I think Teddy might have whacked her on the way to the store, came and finished up Alton.
I think that's how the word gets back to Franklin that he didn't clap her. I think that he left her to live because he didn't want to kill the mom.
Well, that's the thing though. How is she ever going to get back in touch with Franklin? Because they're in Cuba. That's the biggest problem. That was the reason why they chose Cuba. Because they didn't think the government could interfere. But Teddy like, bro, I'm CIA, man. Like, I'm not working with the Cuban government to try to extradite you. They ain't even supposed to know I'm here.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder, but I did like this. I did like the episode. I liked the episode. I liked that it finished the way it did. I liked that it finished when he put the cane down with Mel. With Mel.
What's up, Mel?
Yeah. he let the cane know like I'm back 100%. I do wonder this last season how it's gonna go though. Everybody, it seems like Franklin's by himself. He muscled Leon back into the game because Leon tried to leave too. Yeah. You know. But yeah, I do think I liked the season finale. Did you like it?
I liked it, man. I like that it's set up that Franklin's going through the turn for the 5th season or whatever. Because like now, like before. His personality went in phases this year or this series or whatever. It's like, first he was like young, eager, timid kid or whatever. And then second, it was like, man, he was growing into being like a fearless entrepreneur or whatever. Yeah. Third season, he had moved on or whatever. He was ascending to boss level, but he was still a little bit like he had shaken off that scariness after he went to jail and all that stuff. And then this 4th season, it was like, he was injured. He you know what I'm saying? He was down bad a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to get back.
Yeah, he was trying to get back or whatever. They knocked him off his pivot. He was shot.
Yeah.
He was a little bit scary, but he was pushing on. But now 5th season, it's like he's just ascended to complete villain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Yeah, and that's where I say I think you were definitely right. You called that one ahead of time. But I was okay with it. Unlike Falcon Winter Soldier, I hated the last episode.
Oh, I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, so you check it out. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to break that.
No, it's all good.
I know you don't care about stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't.
We'll talk about it next week.
Listen, you know what? You actually said that. It's just made me more excited to watch it now. You know what I'm saying?
Good. Now we can talk. We can talk about it next week. The finale, or whatever. I figured you didn't watch it.
Man, why did they make it so short? It was what, 6 episodes?
6 episodes. Yeah,
that's whack. WandaVision had 10.
I know. I don't know. Maybe COVID. I'm not sure.
I don't know either.
I don't know. Let's get out of here. Yo, I'm Nadir.
This Kev.
And yo, we are Games Music Life. This is the Games Music Life podcast, episode 254, man. Drink more water, people.
Peace.